always tight.
All right, well, here she is, guys. This is our new boat. She's an Island Packet 31, 1986 model. Yeah, we've had it for a couple weeks now. We haven't really had time to do much to her. She really needs a bath. But hopefully we can get to that pretty soon. She's in really good shape. She's been well taken care of. It's got a nice large bimini, which we really need. The sails seem to be in really good condition. I need to go through and replace all the running rigging. It's pretty old. But we've only been able to sail her one time, and it was really light winds. So didn't really get to see a whole lot of performance out of her yet. But I think these are really good looking boats. They look really stout. Really love the long bowsprit. So the rigging was replaced in 2013, so it should be good to go for a few more years. So really the only major job on this boat is going to be replacing the chain plates. So I'll go into a little bit more detail about that later on, but they're kind of a nightmare to replace, and Island Packets are just notorious for that. But it can be done, and once it's done, it's good to go for a long time. So most of the woodwork is in really good shape. The coamings and most of the woodwork inside the cockpit is still in good shape. I'm going to need to go through and maybe just re-varnish the whole tow rail area. But I may be able to just spot sand and varnish. We'll see. So one thing I really thought I wasn't going to like about this boat is the kind of reverse steering wheel system. I think some people call it a fisherman's wheel, but it is kind of annoying at first to like walk around and step over, but you get used to it, and once you're here, it's a nice spot to steer from, so I don't mind it. And it's really easy to monitor your steering system just because it's all right here basically. So it's a pretty bulletproof system. It's a fairly large cockpit. You could seat 6 people here pretty comfortably. That might be too many for sailing, but seems to be pretty roomy so far. We have some old instruments here. I'll be replacing those. This is the old autopilot. Still working actually. We used it on the trip over from Galveston. Good engine access through the cockpit here. Engine seems to be in pretty good shape. I think it has about 1,000 hours on it. But I need to go through it all and just make sure everything is good working order. Change all the oil and fluids. So up on deck, Everything seems to be pretty solid. I did find one area that's a little squishy over here. Right in here somewhere. So I'll need to address that at some point. But the way these decks are built, the coring material is a resin-based coring material. So the core can't rot, it can just delaminate. So you may just have to open it up a little bit and then just basically just re-adhere the deck down to the core. And then yeah, I'm gonna need to replace all these hatch lenses. They're just really crazed and leaking. Going to need to replace the mast boot. I don't know if it's leaking, but it just looks kind of old and crusty. And then all the running rigging is just old. Has a nice dinghy outboard hoist. No davits for the dinghy, but something we could add later if we want to. Really like these doors on the companionway. Very nicely done, nicely varnished. So it looks good. All right, well, I guess we can go down below, check out the cabin. All right, so it's pretty spacious down in here. Pretty big galley, nice big sink, propane stove and oven. And it's got a pretty deep fridge. It's not currently working right now. I'm not sure why. I haven't really looked into it yet, so I need to check that out. There's some nice built-in storage for plates and whatnot down here. And over on the starboard side, we have a nice sized quarter berth. It's pretty big. I think you could fit 2 people in there pretty comfortably. And then here's the nav station. This table folds up and makes for a little seated nav area. But yeah, I just need to go through all this. Everything seems to be in pretty good shape. The running lights aren't working, but they may just need new bulbs. And then down here we have a battery charger. I don't know what the deal is with these doors. They need to fix them. So this little quarter berth can be closed off with this little accordion door. So that closes, and then originally this nav table would fold up, and then there was another piece that folded up again, so it shut off this section. But I don't know how much we would use that, but we'll see. I've seen some people take this accordion door out and just put shelving in there, so that's an option. And then back here we have engine access behind the companionway stairs. There's also a small little hatch to get to the engine there. It'd be nice to cut a bigger hole there so that you have better access. Up here, old VHF and some more. That's the back of some of the instruments in the cockpit. And there's lots of little cubbies like this, which I like, just for throwing stuff in. Then up here in the main salon area, it has a nice fold-down table. It also has storage for, cups and stuff back there behind it. But yeah, it's a pretty big open space. We had, probably 5 or 6 people seated down here eating, and it wasn't too cramped, so Plenty of room for entertaining and just for lounging. And the galley has this little fold-up table, which is pretty cool. Adds a lot more counter space. More storage. And then back behind all these cushions, there's storage back there as well. And the water tanks are underneath on both sides. There's two pretty big water tanks. I think there's 70 gallons maybe. And then also this pulls out and makes another double berth there. I've got the heater running. It's pretty chilly here today. It's blowing nice warm air. It's a reverse cycle AC and heat. And it has this little propane heater, which looks pretty cool, but I don't know how much we would use it, so I may take that out. Also, for my son Max, it's kind of a hazard, you know. This is all pretty sharp. And if we're underway and you stuck a finger in there, or I don't know, I could just see some hazards there. And then moving forward, we have the head. It's pretty clean. Toilet seems to work properly. There's this nice fold down for the shower seat. And then this faucet is the shower, so this is a wet head. More storage. Yeah, everything seems to be really clean. Seems like the boat was taken care of pretty well. And then this head has two doors, so you can get to it just from this main area, or you can get from it from this forward cabin through this door, just for more privacy, I guess. Then up here, underneath the V-berth, is the little bit more storage, and then, so yeah, holding tank under here, 14 gallons, I think. This is just storage and access to the AC and heat pump. I guess it's a heat pump. I don't really know how these work. Yeah, the AC and heat seems to work really good though. More storage. And then this through hole looks pretty questionable down there. So I'm probably going to be replacing that one. Or I'm definitely going to replace that one. And then up here we have a chain locker. It's a pretty nice double door. So back behind there we have some hanging storage, and just more storage up here for what have you. So as you can see, these little catch blocks broke off of these where the handles close the hatches. So that's on the list. I bought some new ones. I just have to rivet them back in place. And I just have them pulled down tight right now with some string. But yeah, I need to pull these off and replace the lenses anyways, and just reseal them. So I have a few leaks from these hatches. Oh, this is a cool feature of the galley, this little trash can that folds out. I don't have a good way of hooking a bag to it yet, but once we figure that out, it'll be really handy. So yeah, as far as projects go down here, I need to work on the hatches and need to figure out something for this gaping hole. I'm not sure what that was for. Maybe something to do with the AC or something, or they were cutting access for something. Not really sure what happened there. But the big job is going to be replacing the chain plates. I'm going to have to pull out some furniture. It's back, the chain plates are back behind. This is a piece of plywood. So I'm going to have to pull that out and maybe take out sections of this. I'm not sure. But on this side, I'm going to have to remove most of this, I think, because the chain plate is hidden back there. So it's going to be a big job, but the new ones should last for, I don't know, 20 years at least. And it'll help with the resale value of the boat. All right, well, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed that short tour, but I'm sure we'll be getting into a lot more details as we, start getting into more of the projects. But yeah, we have a lot of really cool stuff coming up, both with this boat and with Corky. So yeah, the big one for this boat is going to be installing the new chain plates. I've got those ordered already, and I should have those in a couple of weeks, and hopefully we can get started on that. It's going to be a lot of grinding and sanding and epoxy work, so should make for some good content. But yeah, there's other stuff I want to do, like get the refrigeration working, get the propane hooked up on the stove. We're thinking about maybe doing like a lithium conversion, installing a couple of lithium batteries. We'll see. We don't want to spend a whole lot of money on that kind of stuff right now, but yeah, and then we want to get some solar panels installed, maybe some flexible solar panels on top of the bimini. And yeah, there's just a lot of other stuff. I need to go through the whole boat, replace hoses, hose clamps, just make sure everything is good, safe. We're going to be hauling it out pretty soon. I want to replace a couple of through holes. Some look a little sketchy to me, so I just want to replace those. And I'm sure there's a ton of projects that are just going to crop up that I don't know about yet. So yeah, let us know what you think about island packets. I kind of overlooked them in the past, but after spending some time on one and looking at this one, they are really cool boats. They're built really well, and I think they're safe boats. So I think it'll be a good boat for my small family, and yeah, I think it'll be a good boat to learn on and just gain more experience. So maybe in a few years when we're ready to upgrade to something a little bit bigger, we'll be a little bit more prepared. So yeah, let us know what you think. Leave us a comment down below, leave us a like, and subscribe if you're not already. Yeah, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.